I'm in gym clothes because I think it looks like I tried. Looks like I care. But I don't go anywhere near a gym. Ever. They're almost done with the work on our house, thank goodness. We moved in, they let us move in before everything was ready, which is fine. But now it's like, okay, this has been drawn out long enough, wrap it up. So we've gotten things like our fixtures finally. So it's Saturday at our house, and Saturday means cleaning a big ass breakfast because we like to eat, as I mentioned in the other video, and Saturday just gives me more time to really go all out for the guys, have some fun in the kitchen. We also have 2 baby showers to go to today, double booked, but it's all in for good reason. You know, the family's growing. Amir likes to help me a lot in the kitchen, or he likes to eat and gets to make a big mess, and mommy doesn't get mad, right?
No.
You guys will often see him in the kitchen with me. I am going to make him some French toast. I think I'm also gonna have French toast. Tyrell has a taste for Eggo waffles, so that I made a peach blueberry kind of a topping to go on the waffles or the French toast. And I think I want to have sliced up bananas on mine too, just to give you guys an idea of how greedy I can be. So in the last video, we talked a bit about how we maintain a healthy work-life balance and how we have implemented certain systems and things in our life that's just made things run a lot smoother. And when things run smoother, it's, you know, it lowers your anxiety, it lowers your stress level. But Tara also brought something to my attention. He kind of educated me on the 8 dimensions of wellness.
At my time at Henrico Mental Health, I was able to pick up a lot of tools. And one of the great tools that I picked up was the 8 dimensions of wellness. The 8 dimensions of wellness, pretty much it says that if you can achieve a level of satisfaction or happiness in these different areas, then you're on your way to complete wellness.
You have social wellness, financial wellness, there is mental wellness, physical wellness, let's see, did I say emotional wellness, occupational wellness, environmental wellness. Let's see if he can do it. I wonder if he can name them off the top of his head.
So the different dimensions include emotional wellness, spiritual wellness, occupational wellness, physical wellness, social wellness, intellectual wellness, environmental wellness, and financial wellness.
Kind of pay attention to these 8 dimensions, you know, where you are in them. Some areas you're lacking, some you're more strong. then you can kind of gauge what you need to work on in terms of your own personal balance, collective balance. Let's say you're feeling off, right? So then if you think about these areas and what you got going on in each area and how much time you invest in each area and what you've gotten back from each area, each dimension, then you can assess where you need to direct your attention.
So emotional wellness is, you know, your satisfaction with relationships, and are you able to cope when things get tough? You know, when your coping skills are being tested, are you able to handle that? Spiritual wellness is kind of that thing where you're trying to figure out the purpose for life. What's your meaning for life? And are you happy with your beliefs and what you believe in? Or are you still searching for guidance? So another is occupational wellness. Are you satisfied with work? Are you satisfied with the type of environment you're working in? Are you satisfied with the type of work you're doing? Are you satisfied with, you know, the values of the company that you work for? And if you're not, you know, UPS is hiring. No. This intellectual wellness deals with keeping our brains active and healthy. So doing things such as investing in yourself and personal interests, taking up new hobbies, even doing puzzles. For some of our older individuals, puzzles are a great way to keep your brain active. Another you have is social wellness. So social wellness is pretty straightforward and simple. Do you have healthy relationships, whether with friends, family, significant others, but are those relationships healthy? And if not, that's kind of an easier way or easier dimension to satisfy, in the sense that you are able to identify what's healthy for you. A part of achieving that social wellness is learning and identify what's a healthy relationship and how do relationships supposed to look. You know, how do they feel? How do they make you feel? Environmental wellness is a huge one, because with this one, a lot of us, or not a lot, but some of us we don't have, let's say, full control of our environment. So for example, do you have access to clean water, air? You know, are the schools that your children are attending, are they mold free? You know, are the resources in the environment, is it conducive to learning? So things like that. It's financial wellness. Financial wellness is a huge one. A lot of us experience a lot of stress and anxiety because of our financial situations. But ways that you can reduce that anxiety and stress is taking care of yourself financially, having budgets and doing things that are preventative so you're not in a financial crisis. But even if you are, or you do find yourself in a financial crisis, having those coping skills to be able to deal with it.
For me, when I was going through my biggest, battle with anxiety, I had to focus my attention towards my job. My job was very stressful, it was very demanding. In addition to the demands of the job itself, the hours and the culture were a big portion as to why it just wasn't, it was just a weight on my life. It really was. It was draining. I even had a relative that worked for the same company, who had dealt with similar issues with anxiety, So it's not just me. They have people dropping left and right, taking medical leave for stress. So some of the ways that I could tell I was being affected, like I said, it was hard for me to get up and get going in the mornings. I had to prep myself. Eventually I'd cry in the mornings, trying to get myself out the door. But I stopped. I love to cook. Wasn't cooking as much. I wasn't doing things that I liked. I wasn't going out as much with friends. I wasn't going to the dance class I went to go to. I was breastfeeding at the time, so I noticed that my milk supply was going down, and that's another beast in itself. I was tired and dragging all the time, and it seemed like I brought a lot of work home. It was hard for me to sever the conversation in terms of, us talking about how our day went, how the day was, what our goals were, and things like that. It seemed like everything started to revolve around this job. I was mentally drained, physically drained. When you're not at 100%, it starts to affect your performance, and that in turn hurts the people you love most. And my husband, who at the time was my boyfriend, we were still working on our relationship and ourselves as an individual, but it seemed like my individual self was taking some steps back. And if the individual is, falling behind, the relationship's gonna suffer too. So you really wanna nip things like that in the bud because it can snowball into something unrepairable. Ultimately, I had to make the decision to back away, and it was one of the best decisions I made, and I'm glad my partners supported it.
Yo, I don't care what y'all do.
We're on our way to a baby shower.
Just keep it gangster. Look at the